Almost Live follows the real-life adventures of author, researcher, and survivalist Thomas Marcum. This show is presented in a raw footage format.
Okay, guys, I am going out to get the last game cam that I actually have out right now. I don't know if this episode will be long enough, or if today's outing will be long enough for a full episode or not. If it's not, I'll just tag it on to the previous episode. I don't plan on being out long, and the reason I'm pulling in my game cams right now is the fact that next week my wife has to have some surgery done, and there's about a 6-week recovery time, so I'll have to spend the first little bit taking care of her, and I may not be able to get out as much, so I wanted to come and allergies bought me already. I wanted to come and get this last game cam. Who knows, maybe we caught something good. If you remember, we was in here and we had some tree knocks that's pretty close to us, so, and it has rained a little bit, so maybe we'll find a track or two, but I just wanted to update you on what was going on this part. So I'm gonna go here and look a little bit and get my camera. Peace. Always like checking right here for tracks. I can't recall if I've ever found any in this actual area, but this area in general has been real good for me, and when it comes to Bigfooting, I've found a lot of evidence here over the years. Man, something set me off when I was coming in this way across the coming through the mountains. It man caused me to start sneezing like crazy. I have got my full complement of gear with me today in case we do find anything, like I say, a track or something. That I do have casting material and stuff like that. But, I'm gonna ease on toward this camera and see if I can get it bagged up. I wanted to let you see that I was looking for a few tracks and things. All right, I made it to the game cam. I'm going to get you a look, kind of. That's what it sees. So I'm going to take this game cam down and go explore just a little bit, and then call it a day. Okay, guys. I'm gonna look for tracks right through here. I found them here in days gone by, probably a couple years ago, I guess, but now. Found them right through here before. Looks kind of like an old track right there. But it could have been where I was in here before, but I don't remember being that way. Let me see if maybe we can do a whoop. The last time I was in here, I did a whoop, and we got a tree knock. So we'll try it again. How about that? Whoop! Whoop! Sometimes that'll bring them to you. We're going to continue to look around a little bit. Maybe look over here next to this creek, and then we're going to look for. A lot of times you find, or I have found stick formations here in behind me. So I'm going to walk toward this creek and see if I can find any tracks and hit, and then I'll look a little bit more for tracks and stick formations. Everything's a little bit damp here this morning. It's kind of early right now. Things are a little bit damp, which is good. That cuts down the noise that I make. And it makes it better for, or it's moist, it makes it better for leaving maybe a possible track or something. It's still pretty humid and hot though. I'm starting to sweat a little bit already. Always come and look here, but I don't think I've ever found a track right here, per se. Found some on down and around. I'm gonna go back this way and look for some more tracks and stick formations. I'll film it if anything goes on, or if I find anything. All right, back to following this little stream to see if I can find any tracks. Right there sure looks like an old one. It's an old one. See how big it is though? It's a nice one. Don't see no place where it landed. Looks like it might be a small spot there in the middle where, but see that's so rocky. That's a pretty good sized track there. If that was a little fresher, we might try to cast that one, but it ain't. See, it looks like it was going this way. See if we can find the next one. If you'll notice, there's a whole lot of deer track here too. So could have possibly been looking for a meal. Looks like the next track hit right here. Right here. This looks like where the next track hit. It's a long stride, boys. It's a long in between steps. Wow. Let me see. I'll step it off. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 of my steps. So that's a long step. From here all the way over to right here. Now where did the next one go? We know about how far it is, so let's see. That means it would have landed somewhere about right in here. Which I don't see it, the ground's pretty hard right here. Let me look over on this other side too. That's definitely not a human stride. I'm a big guy, and I couldn't make that. Maybe if I was running or something, but I don't think I'll be doing no running. Let me check right over here, and then I'm gonna continue that way just a little bit. I'm gonna look right over here a little bit more. Here's some fresh limbs tore loose, but I don't see where they come from. I'm gonna step on this other side and look right quick. See no tracks over in here, so I'm gonna go back here and look at the direction those one tracks was going in. I think it's very easy to hypothesize that Bigfoot was trailing these deers. As you can see, this right through here may not come through on camera so good, but you can see where deers went through here. and turned over the leaves and stuff. I'm gonna go this way and see if I can find a track, another track. I'm a pretty big guy, but I couldn't make that stride. I don't know what that is. Maybe a deer track, but I just don't see anything else. So that's pretty interesting anyways. We do. And then again, it may not have been chasing a deer at all. It may have just been walking through here. That's a long stride. I'm gonna try to go back this way and look too. Try to line that up to where he came from. Or she, whatever it is. So you get over in here and the ground is just so hard. Makes it difficult. I'm still gonna go up this way a little bit though. I know it's been probably since 2013 that I've known that Bigfoot are in here. So one of these days maybe I'll get some better evidence or something. Let me see if we can do a whoop, see if we maybe have a little luck out of that. Whoop! Whoop! I think about how many tracks I've found over the years and how many of them I sure wish I'd have cast now instead of saying, well, I'll find a better one. Which those back there are just a little too old to try to cast, but I've found nice fresh tracks and I always keep thinking, well, I'll find a better one, I'll find a better one. It seemed like the last couple of years, even though I have found quite a few, they're not been, some of them's not been real good quality for casting. I'm gonna ease up this way a little bit and look around. We got some movement right there ahead of me. I don't know if you can see it or not. May not be nothing, but there's absolutely no breeze. There's something moving there. I will ease up that way and find out what it is. It may just be a little breeze going through, but I'm gonna see. I'm going to continue to ease that way. See if we can see what that might be, or if it's just the wind. I can't see anything. I sure don't see anything now. Whoop! Still have no idea what it was, so Must be a little gentle breeze, ain't for sure. Sure looked like something moving though. But better check it out, just in case, and just a knot, I guess. I'm going to make another whoop or two. Whoop! That's one thing about it. Bigfooting is not an exact science. You can get into where you know they are, but that don't mean they're going to be there that day, or they're going to actually interact with you, or make a sound, or find a foot track. Okay, I'm going to do another whoop. Woohoo! Whoop! Whoop! Doesn't appear to be anything going on, so. I'll just sort of ease back toward the truck, I suppose. All right, guys, I have found a juvenile track. That's only about 10 inches, maybe. I think I might attempt to cast that one. Wow. I know nobody wasn't over in here barefooted. That's a small track. It's about the size of my phone, maybe just a touch bigger than my phone is all it is. I think I'll try to cast that one. So I'm gonna cut the phone off until I can mix up my plaster. I'm gonna make sure to document this. You're looking at about a 9-inch track. All right, good deal. Now I'm going to try to put a little plaster in that and see if it'll set up. All right, guys. I've got the plaster poured. It's probably going to take a little while for that to set up, or we're talking probably, I'll say 30 minutes to an hour. This ground is kind of moist right in here, so that means it's going to take longer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find me a decent place to sit down, and I'll go drink me a water, maybe eat a pack of crackers or something like that. Let me check my time. It's 12:20, basically 12:20. So I'll wait till at least 1 o'clock before I even try to do this. But there you go. We got it curing. So I'm gonna go over here and find me a place to sit down and drink my water. Just sitting here quiet, listening to that bird go off while I'm waiting. Little bitty fella, can you see him there? Jumping back and forth. He makes a lot of different noises. But this area that I'm in, it rarely disappoints. Usually I always find a little bit of something in here. There's been some occasions where I come in and didn't find anything. But normally, there's some activity in here if you look. If you'll take your time and look, you'll usually find some tree breaks or tracks or something. And so I was thinking today might be a complete bust, I guess, other than picking up my cameras, but finding that little juvenile track that's cool. And what I didn't tell you a while ago, there's actually 3 tracks there, but that one was the best one. The other one was you could only see like half of the foot, and then the third one hit over on the bank and hit where it, I guess where it rained or something, hit it kind of degraded hit. And they were all in line, just like a Bigfoot track's supposed to be. And there was only about 2.5 foot apart. So I couldn't guess it'd be hard to actually guess the age of that Bigfoot. When you're talking about something that's, you're talking about a track that's, let's say 10 inches. You're talking maybe about a 5 foot tall Bigfoot. So like I say, a 10-inch track, you roughly take half of that and you get the size. It's not always accurate that way, but it gives you a good estimate. So we're talking about a creature that's probably 5 foot tall. So I don't know at what age a Bigfoot is 5 foot tall, but that's pretty neat. Okay, I'm back out here at the casting. I was going to show you the other track was right there, and it's washed out kind of. I mean, you only see part of it. You see part of it right there. There's the first one, the second one. Appears to maybe be one right here, and there appears to be one on the other side of that bank, but it's really washed out bad. So another thing lets me know that it's not a bear. This ground is pretty soft right in here, and I'm pretty sure I would have seen a front footprint. But I'm gonna check his casting, see if it's hardening up any. And then I'm gonna look. I see a little something right down there in the stand. I'm gonna look at it and see what it is. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try to get this up. Try to get this track up. I'm gonna take off my backpack. I always carry I don't always, but I have been for the last couple of years. I've been carrying a small shovel with me, one of those kinds that's foldable and collapsible. So if I can set this camera up where you can see, I don't care a bit for you to watch, but let's see if we can get it set up that way. That might work, I don't know. I don't know, this shovel don't seem like a whole good thing, but we'll see. It's gotta work different, man, it has to. I can't worry about it right now. What I'm doing now is just going around the track, trying to make sure it's loose around it. Because I do want to get dirt and all up if I can. Cut that. All right, I got it. All right, guys, I know I'll have to edit some of this, but I've got the track inside of this plastic bag. I'm going to attempt to put it in this box to help protect it, and then I'm going to ease back towards the truck. Cut the camera off just a little bit. Okay, guys, I have got the casting in the back of my backpack. I'm gonna try to ease to the truck because I don't want to break it. It's still pretty brittle, so I'm gonna try to ease it back and as it dries and I clean it up, maybe we can get a better look at it. All right, I'm out. And there's the big hole it was in, so. All right, I've got the track home. And now we just wait for it to dry a little bit and then we'll clean it up. Looks like it's gonna be okay. I mean, there might be a little bit of breakage on it, but still it's a good track.